What's good, y'all? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles, and you're listening to Real Talk with MJ, where I always keep it real, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Ben Simmons is a turkey, bro. He's a turkey, and he's trying to flip the script to try to make it seem like he's a victim when really he's the villain in this case. What gets me most mad is that he tries to act like Philly is not supporting him. Philly has not supported him. And it's crazy that we have this bad rap for being bad fans, but honestly, we're the most supportive fans in the NBA and the NFL, whatever. If you're with us, we'll ride with you unless you act soft, unless you act like you're not one of us. If you try to act like you're not one of us, or if you just not a dog, don't really represent Philly, then that's when we're gonna bounce back off you, and that's when you're gonna hear them boos, that criticism from Philly radio. You're gonna get a lot of criticism. But in terms of Ben Simmons, from the jump, we have always supported this guy. Reason number one, first off, this contract. We got this guy in I'm not saying we, but the Sixers got this guy $170 million contract over 5 years, straight off potential. They got that contract for Ben Simmons, not for what he did to that point, but for what they thought he was going to do. That's support. Number two, fan support. We have fans literally celebrating for Ben Simmons just attempting a three-point shot. Imagine that. Imagine being an NBA player, training all these hours on your craft, right? Dedicated to your craft. And you have fans not cheering you on for a buzzer beater, not cheering you on for a clutch shot, game 7, something like that, not cheering you on for just like a crazy dunk. Philly fans were cheering on Ben Simmons for simply attempting a three-point shot. Imagine that. We had my man at Wells Fargo Center. He was like, "Come on, bro, you got it." We had fans encouraging Ben to shoot. We had fans, so let's not try to act like these Philly fans that we were just so harsh on Ben Simmons. We were riding with this guy. We're riding with him from the start. We were terrible when we got him, and we waited a year. He had that foot surgery or whatever in his first year. We came back. We supported this guy, right? We supported this guy. It was only until year in and year out we saw that he continued to not improve, and that is how we slowly but surely started to not like this guy, because we're like, yo, you got the talent. Every summer, you're posting videos of you shooting fall-away jumpers, turnaround J's, shooting from 30 feet. You're showing us all this in the offseason, and then come the next season, you're not improving. We see other guys that are either in his class, like Brandon Ingram, like Jaylen Brown, all flourish in this league. Sabonis, and even guys that have come after Ben Simmons, like Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox. I mean, all these guys are blossoming, bro. Like, all these guys, year in and year out, are improving. And we were not seeing that with Ben Simmons. So none of this is on the Philly fans. None of it is on the Philly fans. Literally like 90% of this is Ben Simmons' fault. And the 10% is the Sixers' fault. The Sixers' fault. The only reason how the only way how the Sixers really butchered this is that they did not execute that Harden trade. If we executed that Harden trade, everything would be smooth. Because honestly, I thought we were about to get Harden. I thought the Sixers were about to get Harden. And when we didn't get him, it put the Sixers and Ben Simmons in an awkward spot, because we all knew that Ben Simmons was the key to get James Harden, and Ben Simmons knew that he would likely be traded if the Rockets accepted that trade deal. The fact that the Rockets did not, and he got sent to the Nets, James Harden did, Ben Simmons stayed with the Sixers, and I think since then there was been that friction, right? Because if you're telling somebody, it was pretty much open that Ben Simmons and James Harden were going to get traded for each other. And before that, Ben Simmons didn't even have this playoff meltdown, right? So from the jump, the Sixers were already trying to trade Ben Simmons. And then after everything that happened with how the whole playoffs went down, and how Doc Rivers and how Joel Embiid, low key threw him under the bus, but I can't get mad at them because at the end of the day, it was right after they lost a game 7. You're gonna have the emotions are gonna be high in that moment, right? You're not gonna tell somebody, you're not gonna tell the media after a guy was terrible in every fourth quarter of that series that he can be a championship point guard on your team when that's clearly not true. You can clearly see the tape, and that's not true. Joel Embiid was very emotional about how that fourth quarter went down when Ben Simmons did not attempt a wide open shot. Now, part of that is on Embiid and Doc Rivers, maybe, telling the truth. Maybe they should not have told the truth. But it's on Ben Simmons to elevate his game so that they don't even have that, so that they don't even have to talk about that, right? They don't even have to talk about that at all, because at the end of the day, you're handling your business. If Ben Simmons was handling his business, there will be nothing to talk about there, nothing to talk about. But he did not, and that's the reason why the Sixers did not live up to expectations. I mean, if you're thinking about it, right, in the playoffs, the Sixers had the Wizards and the Hawks, bro. If you're thinking before the playoffs, if you're saying, okay, the Sixers can either have they're gonna avoid Milwaukee and the Nets, and they basically have a free ride to the Eastern Conference Finals, especially with the Heat flaming out and all this. So you have a free ride to the Eastern Conference Finals, and you blow it up. From if you told somebody before the playoffs, right before the playoffs, that the Hawks are gonna beat the Sixers, they'd be like, "You are crazy. You are crazy." Heck no. People picked the Hawks to lose to the Knicks. So the fact that the Sixers lost to the Hawks, and the biggest conversation that Ben Simmons is having right now is why not a Philly instead of elevating his game and all that, just gets on my last nerve. And like I said again and again, title of this episode, I mean, look, we have supported Ben Simmons, but at a certain point, it's like, dude, you have to elevate your game, and we're gonna hold you accountable, especially as a number 1 overall pick. If he was the 13th overall pick, if he was a late first round pick, if he was a second round pick, people aren't gonna be on Ben Simmons how they are now. But look, you are a number 1 overall pick. Your agent is Rich Paul. You are with Clutch Sports. You're associated with LeBron James. You're in Philadelphia, which is a major market in the U.S. You're going to get criticism. And if you're mad at that, then I guess sign up for another job. So with that being said, y'all, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about Ben Simmons. And do you think that the Philly fans did not fully support him during this time? And with that being said, y'all, I'm out.